Hello everyone and welcome to another video. I always touch my hair when it's loose. So today we are doing my November wrap-up. I read 8 books, so it's not that bad. Not the best month, but I don't know. Might be like one of my... it's my worst month for this year. But yeah, overall it doesn't matter. I'm just pleased with what I got with, the major slump. I just fell down into. But let's talk about the books that I read this month, and yeah. So I don't know how much I'm going to say about them, because some of these I have already talked about in my seasonal favorites. So yeah, I'm going to explain what they are about, but not too much, and yeah. And I also read a series, so it's really difficult to, say the same thing 3 times. So let's just start. The first one is My Sister, the Serial Killer. And basically what this book is about these 2 sisters, and we are following one of the sisters, and basically she's called every time her sister makes a murder. So basically her sister kills her boyfriends, and she kind of gives a reason for all of them. So yeah, but her sister knows that something is not right. Her sister likes this guy, but the guy meets the sister and basically falls for her. And now, basically, the main character needs to decide how am I going to save this guy that I really like? So, the reason why I don't mention the names is because I don't want to butcher anything, because I'm horrible at names. So I give this 4 stars. I really did love this book. It wasn't like a 5-star, but I really liked it. And basically I was kind of shocked of the ending, because the ending didn't end kind of how I kind of imagined it going. But yeah, I liked the ending. So the next book that I read was Punching the Air. And this is about a guy that is framed for a murder, or not, maybe, I don't remember if it's a murder or if it's just assault. And basically he goes to jail. And basically he's like really angry, and I think he wants to write, I don't know if it's poetry or if it's something else. This is not too clear, but I still really love this book. But I forget things really quickly. But overall, I really like this, and yeah, just seeing that not everything is kind of, let's call it how it seems. Yes. So in this book, he is basically sentenced to something that he didn't do. And yeah, basically it just shows that sometimes you are somewhere that you what's it called, you are there like an unfortunate time, and yeah, sometimes you are on a place at a wrong time, and yeah, sometimes like the police think it's just much simpler to just pull it onto someone, and don't actually check anything. So I give this 4 stars. I really, really loved it, but yeah, sometimes I'm just 4 stars is still really good, but I try to give 5 stars only to, the books that, totally, totally wowed me, and it's like I cannot stop thinking about this book. And 4 stars is still really close. So this is really close to 5 stars, but it's just, yeah, I don't know how to explain it. Yeah. The next book is Tex. Like the ugly duckling. It's in Norwegian though. This is, if anyone lives in Europe and has watched Eurovision Song Contest, you might know who Tix is. He's the guy that we sent from Norway, and yeah, it's just his story is really heartbreaking, because the reason his name is Tex is because that kind of was the name that he was given at school, because he has Tourette's, and his life growing up was just horrendous, horrible. And yeah, I just love seeing that someone like this, someone who is basically so unpopular at school, getting picked on every single time, has basically risen up to be one of the biggest stars in Norway. It's just crazy. And yeah. Then we have The Black Flamingo. I didn't give Tix's book a rating because I don't want to rate his life, because it's his life, but I really, really love this book. Then we have The Black Flamingo, and in this one we are following this guy, and he's, I wouldn't call it lost, but he don't kind of know where to fit in and things like that, and then he discovers drag, and that kind of sweeps him into this life that is really different, but he just can be himself in this. So I give this 5 stars. It was so good, and it's just a book that keeps on being in my mind. And when I was supposed to rate this book, I was just like, am I going to give it 4 stars or 5 stars? But overall, I just needed to give it a 5 stars. And then I actually have read 9 books. So apparently I can't count. But the next one is Dear John. And in this one, we are following John and Savannah. And basically, John is in the military. He has a 2 weeks leave. When he meets Savannah, they fall heads over heels in love. And yeah, it's really difficult because John is still in the military. He has a few, I think it's like a year and a half left or something. And then 9/11 breaks out, and he needs to re-enlist and kind of, then you get, can love survive it? And if you have seen the movie, you don't know the ending. So I have a hate-love relationship with the ending of this book, just because, yeah, I don't really know how I'm going to feel, how I'm feeling. So, and then we have The Stand, and this is about a pandemic that is going around in the world. It's going to kill off like 99% of the population. And I gave it 2 stars. So overall, I think it's the writing, Stephen King's writing itself, you know. It wasn't like any particular problem with the book. I overall was a little bored, you know. And yeah, I think it is the writing, just because the next book I'm going to talk about is kind of as long as The Stand, but I still loved it. So I think it just is the writing. I will still continue on with Stephen King, see if I can like his books or if I just don't. Still going to try a few books. I am doing it in the order that he published them, so you know, it might just be that these books are a little old and I just don't like them, but I don't know. We will take that when I just figure out that I just don't want to do this anymore. But so far it's just fine, you know. The next, I'm going to say the next books I want to talk about, because I read the Lord of the Rings trilogy. So we have the Fellowship of the Ring, the Two Towers, and the Return of the King. And yeah, you know, I'm not going to, you know, talk about them one-on-one, because then I need to explain myself 3 times. But I gave all of them 5 stars, so I really liked all of them. But The Lord of the Rings is, you know, set after The Hobbit, where you get to know Bilbo. But in this one, we are following Frodo, who is kind of Bilbo's heir. And basically, Bilbo, he decides that he is going to leave. So he leaves everything to Frodo, also the ring. And then Gandalf, he comes and says that evil is rising, evil is close. And because that ring is the one ring. And basically, Frodo needs to go on this adventure, basically into the dark place called Mordor, and basically he needs to kind of destroy the ring at the one place where the ring can be destroyed, which is Mount Doom. And basically these 3 books are Frodo's journey up there, if he can make it, because the ring has a lot of power and people are after them. The Dark Lord is getting closer and he wants the ring for himself because he wants to be powerful. So that's kind of is the story, and I gave all of these 5 stars. I did listen to the audiobook by Andy Serkins, and I am going to say, if you are able to listen to the audiobooks, do it. Now, I think that it would be like a good thing to have the physical copy, but the audiobooks really helped me get through these books. Just because these books they are not like too long. We have fantasy books that are longer, but you know, they are written in, I don't know, 60s, 70s, 60s maybe. And they are slow and kind of written, you know, they are older, so they are kind of written old. So they can be a little difficult to get through. So I will definitely recommend the audiobooks, highly recommend the audiobooks. But yeah, that was all the books that I have read. I read 9 books, I think. I can't tell. So, yeah. So yeah, that was all the books that I have read. I hope you liked this video, and I will see you next time for another one. Bye!